VLAN trunking protocol. It is also called VTP. VTP domain. This VLAN trunking protocol domain is one switch or several interconnected switches share the same VLAN trunking protocol, that is protocol environment, VTP environment. A switch can be configured only in one VLAN trunking protocol domain, and switches in different VTP domains do not share VLAN trunking protocol information. Switches in a VLAN trunking protocol domain advertise many VLAN attributes to their VLAN trunking protocol domain neighbors. These VLAN advertisements contain information about VTP management domain and VTP revision number, available VLANs and other VLAN parameters. By default, basically this is what, suppose you are having a 50 switches, and on those 50 switches you want to create 10 VLANs on all those switches. So what you can do, you can go to each and every switch manually, and then you can go and create those 10 VLANs on every switch. Now this thing can be a this can be a big task, because you are having a 50 different switches. Then what you can do here, you can use this VTP protocol. This VTP protocol do what? It creates a domain for the switches, and in those domain, whatever the switches we have in those domain, in that switches we have one switch as a server, and other switch we can use them as a client. So on the server switch we can create VLANs, and the information of that VLAN will be replicated to all the client switches. That means very simple, we use server switch in a domain and we use all the other switches as a client. So when we create a VLAN on server switch, all the VLANs will be created on the all client switches. So we don't have to go to each and every switch manually to create VLANs. So this can reduce your task, but there is a problem. You can create the VLANs and that information will be replicated, but the information about the VLAN membership, that means if the port number 2 is member of VLAN 3 in server switch, then that is not necessary, it will not be replicated on the client. That means on all the client machine, port number 2 will not be member of VLAN number 3. That thing you have to configure locally. That means port memberships we have to configure it locally. Then we can say it is not reducing our job, because we have to go to the every switch to configure the port into a VLAN. So why we use this VLAN trunking protocol? So we can use it for the other thing also, that is security. Security, that means we can create a domain of our VLAN switches, and in that domain nobody can add their switches into it. If they want to add the switch into the domain, they have to know the password, share password we have in the domain. They can know the domain name, but they cannot know the share password. So only the switch which knows the share password can enter into the VTP domain. So we can create a secure boundary for our all switches, and also we can share the information about the VLANs. Now in VTP we have different modes of switches. As I said, we have server mode and client mode. Server which shares the information, and client which has the information, which gets the information from server. Now in server side, if the switch is in server mode, we can create VLAN on that switch, and we can delete the VLANs also. And on client switches, we cannot create the VLAN, we cannot delete the VLAN. It will get the information from the server switches. And this can be also a problem, like for example, if you delete mistakenly a VLAN from server, so it will automatically delete it on all the clients. Now there is another mode, we have transparent mode. So we can put any switch into a transparent mode. Now why we use this transparent mode? This mode in the switch, like when the switch is in this transparent mode, so very simple, it will not accept the information from the server switch. That means if server switch says that it has one VLAN there, so the information will go to client and transparent switch. Now client switch will do what? It will apply the VLAN on that switch, but transparent switch will not apply that information on that switch when it is in transparent mode. So it will not accept the information from server. It can have its own VLANs, but still it will remain in the VTP domain, in the security boundary, but it will not accept the VLAN from server. So in the transparent switch we can create our own VLANs, different VLANs. So in suppose we have some department where we need to have some different VLANs apart from the other VLANs we have in the all network. So we can make that switch as a transparent mode, and we can create a separate VLANs for that switch. Instead, it will still remain in the security boundary of domain. So it will still remain in the domain, but it will not accept the information of VLANs from server. So in transparent mode of switch, we can create VLAN and we can delete VLAN also. The VLANs from server will not be applied on this transparent switch. So this is the simple thing VTP protocol has. Now we see how we can configure it. So first, VTP advertisement messages. Once the VLAN trunking protocol is configured on the switches start advertising the VLAN trunking protocol information between them on their trunk ports. Now remember, the name of the protocol is VLAN trunking protocol. That means when we when we use this, we have to connect all the switches with the trunking port. That means the port must be on trunk, and that is why what it do, it will advertise the information on the trunking ports, information between them on their trunk ports. So the main information which the switch advertise are management VTP domain name. So domain name, when we configure on the one switch, then it will be introduced, it will be advertised to all the switches. And then configure revision number and the configured VLANs. So what is the configure revision number? It defines that how much configurations have done and the VLAN information. So VTP advertisements are sent as multicast Ethernet frames, and all neighbor devices receive the Ethernet frames. And it is a multicast frame, so basically it will reach to all the switches which is in the same domain. Then there are three types of VLAN trunking advertisement messages. The first one is the client advertisement request. This is a client advertisement request message, and is a VTP message which a client generates for VLAN information to server. Server responds with the both summary and subset advertisement. So this is the message, this is the advertisement message which client sends to the server to know the information about the VLANs. Then summary advertisement are sent out every 300 seconds, that is 5 minutes by default, or when a configuration change occurs, which is the summarized VLAN information. And this summary advertisement happens every after 300 seconds, and it generates from the server when the server has change in the VLAN. You add VLANs, you remove VLANs, then it sends these messages. Subset advertisement, these advertisements are sent when a configuration change takes place on the server switch, and subset advertisements are VLAN specific and contain details about each VLAN. Then one more thing is there, it is called VLAN trunking protocol pruning. This VLAN trunking protocol is used to communicate VLAN information between switches in the same VTP domain. Now VLAN trunking protocol pruning is a feature in Cisco switches which stops VLAN update information traffic from being sent down trunk links if the updates are not needed. If the VLAN traffic is needed later, VLAN trunking protocol will dynamically add the VLAN back to the trunk link. In normal operations, a switch needs to flood broadcast frames, multicast frames, or unicast frames where the destination MAC address is unknown to all its ports. And if the neighboring switch does not have any active ports in the source VLAN, this broadcast is unnecessary, and excessive unwanted traffic may create problems on the network. And VLAN trunking protocol pruning helps in increasing the available bandwidth by reducing unnecessary flood traffic, broadcast frame, multicast frames, or unicast frames where the destination MAC address is unknown, or forwarded over a trunk link only if the switch on the receiving end of the trunk link has the port in the source VLAN. It is very simple. What it do here, if some switch is there, suppose we have one server switch and we have 10 client switches, and one of the client switch does not have the VLAN, which we have configured on the server. That means no port is added into that VLAN. Like we have created 3 VLANs on server. Now those 3 VLANs will be created on all the 10 clients. But VLAN number 3, we have not added any port into that VLAN on switch number 10. So there is it is necessary, it is not necessary to send any data to that VLAN, to that switch. So it will not generate unnecessary traffic. So if it is very simple, if any switch does not have any active port of that VLAN, then the information, the data which is sent from the other switches will not go to that switch for that VLAN, because the switch does not have any active port. No port is connected to that VLAN. Now for configuring the VTP, we have a simple command. So let's see how we can configure it. So now this is my design where I have one server switch, and I will convert this into server. This one will be our transparent switch, and these two will be the client. Now the link which is connected to all these switches I have converted into trunk. Now by default, all the switches we have, these are all in a server mode. By default, all the switches are in server mode. That is why we can create and delete the VLANs and we don't have to do anything. So by default, every Cisco switches is under server mode of VTP. Now we can change them into transparent and client. Now you see, server is not connected directly to the client. In between we have transparent. So transparent will do what? It will accept the information from server and it will send the information to these two clients. But it will not apply on itself because it is on transparent mode. So let's see, we will configure first server. Now show VLAN brief first. We don't have any VLAN here. Now I will configure it. I will go to configure terminal. I will say command is VTP, and here first we can decide the mode. Now if you check, first let's check what is this. Show VTP status. This command is to check the status of your VTP configuration. So when you check here, you can see the operational mode is server. So by default, all the machines, all the switches, all the Cisco switches are on server mode. Right now we have not defined any domain, so the domain is not defined, and the pruning is also disabled. It can support this number of VLANs. Configuration revision number is 0 because we have not changed any configuration. So what I will do, I will configure VTP mode server. I don't have to because it is already on server. It says here what device mode already on VTP server, because I don't have to do this. Now I will say VTP domain. Now here you have to define the domain name. Let's define Cisco here. So I'll say Cisco is the domain name. Now it says changing VTP domain name from null to Cisco because by default it is no domain name. Now for security reason I will give VTP password. Let's say I will use password ABC. You should use a complex and big password. I'm using a simple here. Now the setting device VLAN database password is 123. Now we have done it for this server. We can check show VTP status command. And now we have server and we have configured the domain name Cisco. It will not show you the password because of the security. Now I have done it on server and we can see there is no VLAN configured here. Now I will go to transparent switch. I will convert this into transparent. Now by default it will still be in the server mode. So I will go to config terminal, VTP mode transparent, then VTP domain Cisco. You can use any name. Then VTP password 123. Done. can check show VTP status. Now I will go to those two clients, and again still we don't have any VLAN here also. Show VLAN brief, and there is no VLAN here also. Now I will go and create these two as a client. So VTP mode client, VTP domain Cisco, and VTP password 123. Show VTP status, it is now client, and if I check show VLAN information, no VLANs. I will change this also. So VTP mode client, VTP domain Cisco, and VTP password 123. Show VTP status. Now it is also in the client, and then we can check show VLAN brief. There is no VLAN created. Now if I create any VLAN on server, it will be replicated on client, and remember in between we have transparent. So transparent will not apply on itself, it will send the information to VTP clients. So I am going to server now, and I am going to configure some VLANs here. VLAN 2, name AAA. VLAN 3, name BBB. VLAN 4, name CCC. Now I have configured these three VLANs here on server switch. I have not added any port, but I have created only three VLANs. Now when you check on the transparent switch, it is not showing any VLAN here. Remember, it will not apply on itself. Now we will check the thing in these client switches. Now when I check it here, you can see the three VLANs is created automatically. Why? It is coming from server. On this switch also, when I check, I can see these three VLANs because it is coming from the server, and it is coming through this transparent, but transparent is not applying on itself. Now if I try to create VLAN here on the client switch, I say VLAN 5, it says it is not allowed when the device is in client mode. So I cannot do this. It can accept only the request information from server. But if I check this transparent switch, it is not having any information of VLAN, and I can create any VLAN here. I can create VLAN number 2, name Moon, and you can see the VLAN is created, and this VLAN will not be replicated to anyone, not a server, not a client. If you check on clients, there is no information about that VLAN. It is only getting the information of the VLANs from server. So you cannot create any VLAN on client, not even a delete, but on transparent you can create VLANs, you can delete also. So if I want to delete this VLAN, I can say no VLAN number 2, and it is deleted. So I can delete and create on transparent mode, and in server I can create, delete, but client I cannot. Now if I want to delete, if I want to add any port in some VLAN, let's say I go to interface, range, fast Ethernet, 0/125, and I will add these port into VLAN 3. Now you see I have added some ports into VLAN 3 here. In VLAN B I have added these ports. Now this information will not be replicated to client. If you check the clients, this information will not be replicated. You can see there is no port information. That thing we have to apply it manually on every switches. This is not coming on this. And if we delete any VLAN from server, then it will be deleted on the clients. If I delete some VLAN from the server, no VLAN number 2, so I deleted it, VLAN number 2. Now if I go here, it will be removed from here also. The information will come and that will be removed from here also. So this is what BTP, and this is how we can configure it. So these are the configuration command, very simple. And then to check the information about the VLAN, we can use show BTP status command. So this is VTP, which has 3 modes: server, transparent and client. And this is how we can configure it.